Hello and welcome to Arsenal Analysed. I'm JC. I hope you're doing well. Today I bring you a match preview for Arsenal's next game in the Premier League away from home to Bournemouth, bringing you everything that you need to know before kickoff. So if you are looking forward to today's video, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe if you're new around here. Let's waste no more time at all and dive into today's match preview. Looking firstly at recent form from left to right, Arsenal's most recent victory, a convincing 4-2 win at home over Leicester City. Very nice indeed. 2 wins on the bounce in the Premier League for Arsenal, coming off the back of some very fine, high goal-scoring form in pre-season. And across Arsenal's last 5 competitive and non-competitive games, they have managed to score a total of 19 goals, concede just the 3, keeping 3 clean sheets in the process. Now, how does this compare to Bournemouth's most recent form? Having played Manchester City recently, losing 4-0, I can see a lot of teams losing quite heavily to Manchester City this season. However, they opened the newly promoted campaign back into the Premier League against Aston Villa with a win, off the back of some pre-season form to most likely to forget about. During the last 5 competitive and non-competitive games, they have managed to score a total of 4 goals, concede 9, and keep just the 1 clean sheet. Now, a lot of these teams coming up from the Championship into the Premier League, their home form is absolutely vital to their survival, and this game is played at the Vitality Stadium. So the big question here is, will Arsenal's form really play a big part? And will Bournemouth look to bounce back after that heavy defeat at the hands of Manchester City? Now, this fixture down the years hasn't been played too often, a total of 12 times across league and various cup competitions, with most favourably sitting in Arsenal's camp with the 9 victories compared to Bournemouth's 1. So it does make very good reading for Arsenal, not only historically, but also in terms of form, with 2 of these fixtures ending in a draw. Now, the last 3 fixtures, as you can see on screen, have ended mostly in Arsenal's favour, with a most recent victory a few years back in the Cup at 2-1 before a draw, and then prior to that, a 1-0 win at the Emirates. And you can see on screen here, there are a few old faces in Aubameyang and David Luiz, how the Arsenal team has changed since those results. In terms of injury news, availability, Arsenal coming into this fixture with a near fully fit squad. Emile Smith-Rowe was a name that was on this list during our last preview, but has since featured for Arsenal coming off the bench, and furthermore in the under-21s more recently against Swansea, alongside Fabio Vieira, who managed to bag some vital minutes, unavailable for the whole of pre-season, a new signing that many Arsenal fans are keen to see. He could potentially feature on the bench, but having recorded no minutes up until just a few days ago against Swansea in the under-21s, I'm a little bit dubious as to whether or not he might feature on the bench. We may have to wait for that next matchday squad before he begins to worm his way back into this Arsenal side. Looking at Bournemouth, on the other hand, they have 5 names on the list potentially, according to the Premier League injury list. David Brooks, who has come from a very dark place. So fantastic news to know that his treatment has been successful. But from what I understand, he will not be available for this game. New signings, Rothwell and Fredericks will not be available through injury. 5 for Rothwell and half for Fredericks. This could potentially change after the press conference, but from what I understand, they will not be available for the matchday squad against Arsenal. And 2 players that are being assessed ahead of this fixture is Solanke and Zamora. Solanke being one of their potential danger men. He was very, very good for Bournemouth in the Championship last year. Heading into my key danger men going into this fixture this Saturday afternoon. I did feature Gabriel Jesus before the Leicester game, and I have to feature him again. When you bag 2 goals and 2 assists in your first competitive home debut for Arsenal Football Club, he is going to be a player that teams fear, at least in the short term, until his form potentially dips. But beyond that, he completed 3 dribbles, 3 key passes, 8 duels, and a pass completion rate of 76%. He was one of many very, very good players against Leicester City. I could have quite easily spoke about Martinelli, who had a fantastic game, Zinchenko, and also Granit Xhaka, very dominant down that left-hand side. Will we see a similar story against Bournemouth this Saturday? Now, as mentioned, Bournemouth did lose 4-0 at the hands of Manchester City. So it was very tough to find a so-called danger man or one to watch in this upcoming fixture. But in a team that will play very, I wouldn't say long ball-esque football, we're not looking at a Bolton or a Burnley here. Kiefer Moore is a target man, and he will be the guy that gets them the most goals this season, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't watch Bournemouth week in, week out. If there are any Bournemouth fans watching, please do let me know down in the comments below. But he is a player that I would say Arsenal need to be wary of. We do have the likes of Saliba and Gabriel, who are north of 6'2". So I do feel as though they should be able to deal with him fairly well. But he is a physical presence, 33 touches, 60% passing accuracy, 1 completed long ball, 1 key pass, and a total of 5 duels won. He is an absolute nuisance in and around that penalty box, and he does ever so well for the Welsh national team too. Heading into my predicted lineup, and this is where you guys can get involved down in the comments below. Let me know if, number 1, you agree with my starting lineup. If not, who would you start ahead of this fixture? And also get your score predictions down below too. I'll give you mine in just a moment. But with the games being around about a week apart in the early part of this Premier League season, off the back of 2 wins in the Premier League and no real fitness concerns that I'm aware of, do not change a winning team. This is the same side that was fielded against Leicester and the same team against Crystal Palace. Yes, we saw the likes of Kieran Tierney and Tomiyasu, who have had fitness concerns, come on and bag those vital minutes, and the likes of Nketiah and Smith Rowe as well. They are options for Arteta, headaches, good ones for him to have, but I just can't see them worming their way into this squad just yet. These players are in some fine form, and some of the players that I've just mentioned are probably lacking match sharpness and fitness, and will most likely see those names introduced towards the back end of this game, especially if Arsenal are in a comfortable position. Bringing me on to a score prediction, that is Arsenal are away from home. And we did okay against Crystal Palace, and our away form last season was okay, I would say. Bournemouth having come up from the Championship and having held a very heavy defeat at the hands of Man City. I'm going to go for Arsenal. I'm going to go for a 3-0 to the Arsenal. As mentioned, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think the scoreline will be? I reckon Saka will get back on the score sheet after a somewhat average performance against Leicester City. Maybe even another one from Gabriel Jesus as well. But that's going to about wrap things up for me today. Keep an eye out for tactical analysis over the weekend as per normal. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. But for now, I'm JC, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care and stay safe.